Ted really wants Roy to come coach. And
of course, Roy doesn't want to.
Yeah, Roy doesn't want to at the time, and he's liking his new job at commentating, but also like he's realized that like commentating is annoying because it's just a bunch of people commenting on the team and they're not actually out there playing, so they don't know what it's like, and they keep asking things from these people, but they're just trying to play a game. And so yeah, he's just kind of realized that he doesn't really like that, and eventually ends up coming to the team to coach.
And that's the big, oh my God moment. It's just like, oh,
yeah. So then it's just Ted, Coach Beard, Nate, and Roy all on the sidelines together. Mm-hmm. The four Musketeers. But yeah, that's episode 5. Episode 6 was probably one of my favorite episodes just because it was very emotional. Ted is really excited about the new dynamic the team has been preparing for, and they try to prepare for the quarterfinals with like a new form. Everyone's super excited about it. Yeah, he's just like ignoring Nate kind of. Nate has some ideas, they're like shooting him down a little bit, and then they all like agree on like a new form, and they're really excited about it. They get into a game, and right towards where the game's, and it's like really big moment, Ted has a panic attack, like a really bad panic attack, and he just storms off the field. And there goes Trent Krim with the Independent, all the reporters.
The entire stadium is watching him leave.
The commentators.
And so the players are too.
Yeah, everyone's just like really confused, like why this is a big match, this quarterfinal, why is he leaving, all this stuff. Yeah, so that's a really big thing for Ted. It's really sad. But yeah, episode 7.
Well, it's just, they leave the episode to where you're like, why did Ted just have a panic attack? And so you're trying to like sit through and think of all the moments. And of course he was like getting nervous in that moment, but then you're like, well, there's a deeper reason as to why it's happening. And so that just left you on a little cliffhanger.
Oh yeah. Something that he's going to have to talk to Dr. Sharon about eventually.
I assume so.
Episode 7, with things going well for the team, they work on more internal things like Ted's discomfort, Nate's comfort, and Roy's attention. Not Nate's comfort, Nate's confidence. Roy needs his attention. And yeah, Ted, that's what we're all really focused on, let's be honest here. We want Ted to get some help.
Yeah.
Because he's not doing too good. Not doing too good at all. But yeah, and then that's pretty much it with episode 7. It's more of like everybody go meet with Dr. Sharon about it.
Yeah.
Ted refuses to. Ted just won't do it. Even though he's gotten close a couple times, he can't build up the confidence to go in there and talk to her.
I was very surprised to see Ted, even though he's like such an open-minded, happy person, to just shoot down therapy that easily.
It's been like 2 seasons. These episodes are like 40 minutes each.
Yeah.
Like, we're wondering when we're gonna really learn like the backstory about Ted.
Break the wall down, and this is when we finally get Ted's backstory.
Yeah, we kind of get like where the stuff Ted is coming from.
Why he's so nice.
Yeah.
All the time.
And yeah, and then they later meet in a later episode and talk about the therapy.
That's in this episode.
That's in this episode?
It's at the end of the episode, they sit down and actually start talking in her apartment.
Yeah, and so we find out that Ted's father actually killed himself.
When he was 16.
When he was 16 years old. And he felt like sometimes felt it was like his fault, and all this backstory stuff. It like really hits you. Like finally at the end of season 2, like all this stuff comes together, and it makes like the viewers just like gasp. It's like, it's a really, like, it makes you like, it's like an moment. It's very, very heartbreaking and heartwarming, because like he's finally able to talk about it, and he's been waiting so long to talk about it.
And they're finally connecting as 2 friends.
Yeah. And then sports-wise, they're preparing for their semifinal against Man City, the team that Jamie Tartt was on. They put him into relegation, and then Jamie Tartt left to come back. It was a lot. It's a lot. And then episode 9, which is one of my friend's favorite episodes, is just a whole episode on Coach Beard. They ended up playing Man City and losing by a lot.
Just got annihilated.
And Beard was not happy. Coach Beard was not happy with it. And yeah, so
this whole episode him through London.
Just a drunken night.
All these different bars, and then he just ends up back at his house.
Yeah.
And the funny part is that when Ted and Nathan ask him about his night, he says like, "Oh, nothing." Yeah. So it just makes you wonder.
Shows up to work in like these like bedazzled disco pants.
So you know that he had a crazy night.
Yeah, Ted's like, "You got anything for me?" And he was like, "Nope."
Nothing.
Yeah.
So it just makes you wonder like how many of those nights he's had in London and just hasn't told anybody.
Exactly.
And the episode was interesting. But of course I was like, why would they add that?
Yeah.
I just want to know about the storyline.
Yeah.
But I understand it and I appreciate it.
Since he's a writer for that show, he wrote that whole episode on himself.
Because Coach Beard needed his moment. He was such a side character.
Don't we all?
But now he's one of the main characters.
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's episode 9. And then episode 10 is called like A Wedding and a Funeral. Mm-hmm. And basically Rebecca's father, girl boss.
Yeah, girl boss's dad.
Girl boss's dad passes away. Yeah. And it's really sweet. The team rallies for Rebecca.
Everyone goes to the
funeral. I enjoyed this episode a lot.
The whole episode was the funeral, basically.
Pretty much. And in this episode, Ted really finds himself dealing with his past, with Rebecca's father.
He had a panic attack getting ready for the funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he wasn't there.
Yeah, he didn't show up. Until like the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Rebecca completely understood too. It's a lot. And then Rupert, her ex-husband, shows up and is just so. Don't even want to get in that. He's just a meanie.
Always
a meanie head.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Poopy head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so
That was just an episode about support.
It really
just
was.
One of those heartfelt ones.
And episode 11 is really weird. So Sam Adesanya, played by played by Toheeb Jamo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He is a Nigerian soccer player, and
I love him.
Yeah, he's super cool.
He's one of those always.
He has a very weird relationship with Girl Boss. They met on Tinder.
On their version of Tinder.
Their version of Tinder,
where they didn't know what each other, their names.
Yeah.
They were completely anonymous. So then when they met in person, they were like, "Oh my God, we can't do this." But then they did it.
They did it.
I don't know if I supported it.
I liked it.
Of course I liked it, but it's I'm not supposed to.
It is. Yeah, you're not supposed to like
She's
it.
In her 40s and he's 21.
Yeah. So.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah. So.
Episode 11.
Yeah, so they had a weird little relationship, Sam and Rebecca did, like you were saying.
But the
41.
Producers, the editors, the directors, the writers, they make us love it.
Yeah, they know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so weird age though. You were talking about the age difference.
Almost 20, probably 20 years, more than 20 years.
Yeah, weird.
But everyone deserves a happy ending.
So
it's okay. Thank you.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he doesn't really. He doesn't want to join the club really. He likes where he is.
You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
He's iffy.
He's happy where he is. And it's not just because of Rebecca, it's because of his teammates and Ted.
He has a family in
likes
London.
Ted.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. And so for the final episode, season 2, episode 12.
The
finale.
Mm-hmm.
Panic Attack is revealed.
Anonymous
Trent
source. Trent Krim writes about it.
It's
a big betrayal.
We have no idea who went to them and spoiled what happened during that.
But then Trent tells Ted that
who it was.
It was Nate.
It was Nate.
Villain
Evil!
Climax of the villain arc.
Yes,
100%.
Really, well, not quite.
I think that is.
I think yes. that is like right with the climax.
And then the falling action is the rest of all the stuff that happens.
Yes.
To use the arch term.
Oh yeah, true. You're right.
And so, big
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
But thank you to Trent.
Yeah, shout out Trent.
Another person that Ted has changed in a way to where he realizes what's right.
Really has.
It's crazy.
So Ted talks to the team, and they're super like the whole Jamie talking to the team about him coming back. Like the team is super understanding, and I don't know. It's really heartwarming to see that like these guys love him, and he loves these guys, and they understand. They're like, we're here for you.
Team.
Yeah, more than just a team. That's the whole thing that Ted was talking about.
And they finally did it.
And they did, yeah. And the team was just very like cool with it, and like they understood that like everybody's got their panic attack problems or problems in general, and so yeah, that was really cool. So towards the end of the episode, Rupert, Rebecca's ex-husband, the meanie, he buys a BPL club in the same league, West Ham. And one thing I think is cool is that all the teams in this show are real, except for FC Richmond.
Which I didn't know.
They're all real British Premier League teams. And yeah, even the events that they go through, like the quarterfinals, like they're all real matches that happen in real life. And so a team called West Ham in the show was bought by Rupert. And that was the huge thing. And so during the final episode, Richmond plays a team, and they end up winning, and it was a big deal.
It was a tie.
It was a tie.
Mm-hmm.
A win for Richmond. Yeah. Oh yeah, this was to get them promotion
into an upper division,
into the British Premier League. Really.
And so they only needed to tie, and so that was the big end of the episode. Oh my God, they finally did it! They finally did it.
Nate was not happy because Nate wanted the team to do something, and the team was like, no, we can stick to this, and if we stick to this, we could win. And Nate was just not happy with it. Nate was fed up.
Nate had all these reasons for feeling thrown under the bus.
And I read a thing about the writers. It really was. Like, it started with, like...
looking back on it. Because at first I was like, what's happening? Like, they've all been so nice to him. But then thinking all the times they belittled him or just seen him as, like, an assistant coach and not anything more. I mean, he had every right to get mad. Yeah. And it was really sad to see.
But he had a good come up. Like, he was like the equipment manager. Yeah. And then he went to coaching.
He turned it the wrong way.
Yeah. And so
it was sad to see.
Nate storms off the field. And
after the big deal.
And it was like pretty much a win for them because they get to go back up into the league. And big thing is that Ted Lasso would always have this sign, even from season 1, that said "Believe" on it. And he walks back into the locker room and he looks on his desk and the "Believe" sign is ripped up. And it's just like, Nate's gone.
We don't see Nate.
And then the final scene, which I love, is like this like hard rock music that comes on. And it's like West Ham practicing.
And it's like a drill sergeant.
Yeah, this guy's like completely turned around like this.
Running them like soldiers.
And it zooms into the back of this guy's head and it turns around. And it's Nate in a West Ham jersey. Or a West Ham coaching thing. So.
When I was watching that, literally just like... I closed the computer after I finished it and I just...
Not to toot my own horn or anything, but as soon as I found out Rupert bought that West Ham team, I knew that Nate was going to end up going there. Because I knew that he was going to, because Rupert's always trying to get under Rebecca's skin.
And that would work.
And I knew that was going to happen. But when I saw that, I was like, wow.
I couldn't believe it.
He turned on his team, and I can't wait for season
3.
I cannot wait. It's going to be so good. I'm so happy.
One of the best shows I've ever watched.
Really, 100%. Such a fantastic show. Fantastic actors.
Yes.
Thank you, Jason Sudeikis. I love you.
That's right. Great note to end on.
Great. What a great series.
What a great podcast. Wow, we hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah.
And listen to the whole thing.
Because I sure did.
Yep. All right. I'm Leah.
And I'm George.
What?